Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this broadcast with a breaking news story. Happiness has been missing since this morning, and the city seems to be close to an emotional breakdown. A dark shadow has fallen upon us, bringing along enemies lurking around. We turn now to our correspondent, who will explain to us better the situation in the city. What's happening?
Thank you, Tiziana. People are struggling to face their emotions, leaving increasing space to negativity. Happiness has been stolen from Professor Cortisolo, a supervillain already known to the authorities. His arrival in the city has spread fear, stress, rage, and shitty snacks. The enemies are sneaky and are invading the whole city. Don't let you...
Otto, Nina, we need you. It's time to bring happiness back in the streets of our city. Are you ready for the challenge?
We are ready on the way!
Good afternoon, everyone. I apologize for interrupting this event, because as you just heard, happiness has been stolen by Professor Cortisol, and rage, fear, and stress are taking over the city. To find happiness again, each person's contribution is essential. In every moment, in every day, in every places, in every society. We do a lot of things during the day without ever pausing to ask ourselves how we are. We are slaves to our judgment and the judgment of others. We are obsessed by results. We are obsessed by performances. What we can do differently to improve our daily lives? Around us, new tools are emerging that can help us improve our work and our lives. In fact, today we are here to talk about artificial intelligence, a useful tool that we are studying and learning to use to facilitate and accelerate our process, also in our work. Many of us are afraid that this tool may steal our jobs. Some of the jobs we know today will change, but I believe that tools like this can be best used if we nurture our emotional intelligence. Do you know? How many people know emotional intelligence? Okay. Not too much. Emotional intelligence belongs to humans. Emotional intelligence allows us to listen ourselves. It allows us to listen to the emotion of others. Emotional intelligence can increase our creativity and our problem-solving skill. It helps us recognize our emotion and interact better with others. The creative team of Serotonina works every day to stimulate emotional intelligence, to improve the daily lives of individuals as people and professionals, and so also for our clients. In fact, we have used our emotional intelligence and listened to our emotion to create a project of creative communication. We have created the first advergame set in our city, in Turin. So welcome to this journey, a quest for happiness, a challenge where each of us can contribute. I am Cristian Torelli, CEO and Creative Director of Serotonina, and now I am happy to present my colleague and Art Director in Serotonina, Elisa Castaldi, who will take us inside the journey. And in the end of this presentation, if you want, we can share with you a little surprise. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for coming. Yes, here we are. My name is Elisa Castaldi, and I work as an art director at Serotonina on many projects. I love drawing and painting since I was a child. Creativity is essential to me, and I'm so excited to share our project journey with you. Christian challenged us to create something unique, an advergame. We are not experts in making video games, but this challenge motivates us to give our best. Test a new work field helped us to learn and grow, and we became ever more interested in video games. We came up with an innovative way to promote our agency that keeps the fun of video games. We started by exploring our emotions as the basis for our project and embraced the name of our agency, Serotonina, the happiness hormone. From there, we created two iconic characters, Otto and Nina, based on our logo. In the character selection phases, you can choose who to guide on this exciting adventure. Our challenge for you is to face different emotions and challenges during the day and beyond. It's a quest for serenity and happiness at work and in everyday life. We don't have a secret for being happy, but we are happy to share with you our experiences and the things we have learned along the way. We hope you find your happiness. We looked at the emotional challenges we might encounter, starting from a typical day and how we deal with them. We imagined our enemies as their own shapes, like our main characters, Otto and Nina. Our enemies include rage, fear, stress, and poop. But the ultimate enemy is Cortisolo, a super evil clan member. Our heroes, along with you, will work to find happiness and face these emotions. The antagonist of our energy source is Cortisolo, a fearsome enemy with glasses and a silhouette hat. He represents not only the antagonist, but also a dark part that lurks within us. In our lives, we don't always have happy moments, and it's up to us to find the right dose of serotonin. Why not starting by finding some serotonin in our video game? Have you ever been really, really angry? Have you wondered what happens when you get mad at work or with your family? Sometimes, even a small thing can make you explode with anger. We thought of anger as an enemy, like a bomb that can go off at any moment. In our video game, these bombs fall and start filling up with anger. You see a red liquid inside them getting higher until they explode. Fear is another feeling. It can be a natural way for us to protect ourselves, but sometimes it can be too strong and make things worse. Stepping out of our comfort zone can make us feel scared. We challenge you to face your fears and believe in yourself as you go up levels and chase your dreams in our game. Fear looks like a gray sphere with fog and clouds around it, making it seem confusing and scary. It follows our characters, Otto and Nina, but it doesn't hit them. If they don't face it, their fears build up and make it hard to continue the journey calmly. Fear can also cause a lot of stress and indecision. This happens a lot of work and in everyday lives. Sometimes we get so stressed that we can see beyond the problems. We imagine stress as a black enemy with negative energy, shooting lightning bolts. They are not only difficult emotions to deal, but also unexpected situations. The important thing is not to let them overwhelm and get out of them as soon as possible. Have you ever had last-minute calls or emergency that make you feel like you were in difficult situations? That's where our poop comes in. It can rain a lot from the sky, and the characters get it or stuck in it. But it doesn't attack them. Now we introduce the biscotto. It's an Italian word made from biscotto and the character's name Otto. The magic of biscotto happened while I was making chocolate cookies. I decorated them with Otto and Nina's eyes and nose. Since then, they become the heart of our video game, and anyone who tries them can get enough. I let Alessio can explain how we created this setting. Thank you for your attention.
Hello, everyone. I'm Alessio Gaffarelli, and I'm an art director at Turin, Serotonina. I oversee many projects in different sectors, like fashion to automotive, food, events, and the social sector. And when we decided to introduce ourselves like a creative communication agency, we started working on the idea of this advergame about 3 years ago-ish. Yes. And we, after identifying the main character, the enemies, and the obstacle to overcome and to defeat, we had to think where to set the game, what we wanted to communicate, and what the final aim was. There are many researches and analyses on what have already been done on advergame online in 2023, and we started thinking outside the box, bringing something simple, immediate, and that had an appeal on human sensitivity and morality. So let's start with the setting, Turin. It was the untouchable point from the very beginning. It is our city of birth, like a creative agency, and we wanted to pay homage to it. And Elisa and I started thinking about geographic style and how to represent the city, going out in different hours of the day. And it was amazing and strange how even after 20 years, our city made us discover different perspectives, places, and monuments that we always seen, but perhaps never observed so well, and we had it all clear. It was necessary to encourage the discovery of such a magnificent city with the curiosity from all the point of view. And we start analyzing all the details, street light, the play of light, the depth that was created when we look at Turin landscape. We studied the proportion and which moment to represent based on the area, staying true to reality as much as possible, and in line with the 2D imprint of the game. So the first step was created a map with multiple islands to divide the city and give it the right value, and to give the chance to the user to immerse himself in the right atmosphere. There are 6 playable levels unlocked, and a different enemy for each level with a specific purpose, creating a customized setting and a color scheme, aiming to create the right atmosphere and different environment based on the enemy hosted in the level. We studied repeatable elements that could change in arrangement and color. We developed 4 modules for mountains, 2 for hills, 3 for the ground. There are many types of cloud in terms of shape and size, type of street light to divide the city in downtown area, the north, the south, with bourgeois building and suburban building. And there are also type of grass roofs, people texture, and rocky parts, and individual elements like the benches, trams, and the iconic turret that don't worry if you don't see it in the game, because it's difficult to find even here in Turin, so it's normal. And you can notice in this sneak peek, the entire scenario is in parallax, so it could follow the main character thanks to the fixed camera. Each level consists in multiple overlapping layers. So there is the background layer, the moon and the sun, the mountains, the hill with the cloud, the part of landscape that stays behind the main character, all the interactive element in the same line of the Otto or Nina, and all the elements that stay in front of the character. The color scheme is created thanks to photographic references, and in this level we have soft color in contrast with the buildings, creating a sunny and like appearance that brings the user to understand how the game works, the initial action, the first enemy, and the easier unexpected events. And we are near Porta Nuova railway station, passing through Via Roma, Via Po, the main squares, and ending at the Mall Antonelliana. In fact, the Mall Antonelliana have an entire level dedicated that is named Face Your Fears. And we find ourselves at the base of this imposing symbol of Turin, and we created a climb beyond the summit where the user have to gather the courage, believe in himself, to jump through platform and moving clouds and reach the stars and the top of the level to face his greatest fear. So there is many layers, outlines, wireframe, and with the third level, we arrive in Lingotto area. It's the sunset moment, and we have warmer and more intense color. The enemy hosted in this level is the rage, and in many cases, the unexpected change of direction may lead to losing the calm. So we force the user to change the level dynamics and traverse the entire scenario of Lingotto area, passing through the stadium and the concert zone, and all the way to the Rage production factory. And the color scheme and the choice of the enemy wasn't arbitrary, because it was necessary to create the perfect scenario for this type of emotion. Okay, the level 4 is don't stress yourself, and there is our dear friend stress that we all know very well. And this level begins to enter in the evening hour of Turin with a darker atmosphere characterized by rain and lightning, thanks to moving assets and elements. And we are near Borgo d'Ora area, all the way to Porta Susa station and this building, the San Paolo skyscraper. And what a better setting that being in the middle of a storm and wanting to take a breath with a dose of adrenaline and fun. So we imagined a funny Turin where the users engage in acrobatics, using ramps and alternative platforms with his skateboard. We can say that this level represents the typical saying, don't wait for the storm to pass, but learn to dance in the rain. So, for the 5th level, okay, we have You Can Count on Me. The 5th level stands out from all the others. If in the 1st level we are under the rain, we are under the ground of Turin. We imagined an outline level as if it was the backend of Turin, with full of hidden objects and traps. And the choice to give the power to the main character and other few objects to give light to the entire scenario wasn't arbitrary, because in this level there isn't a main enemy. Often we are the worst enemy of ourselves, and find the right key is the best solution. So this level represents those moments when each of us can fall down and we have to ask help to a friend, and we have to rescue our four-legged friend Jackie, that she's real. She makes our adjacent days more lively, more sweet, and we can say more noisy. And for everyone, she is our cuddles manager. And for the last level, Find Happiness, we have a soft color with shades of blue and purple that brings the user in the heart of the mission. And we are in the Italia 61 area, all the way to Palavela and reaching the park, the Valentino's Castle. We are ready to face all the enemies in the same scenario, and we have to prevent the escape of our arch-enemy Cortisolo by an helicopter. But that's not all. Only if we play this level, we can also unlock another exploratory level, but I don't say anything about that, so I let you discover who or what there are or there is in that scenario. And nothing. To close the circle, I'll leave you one last time to Christian, and thank you so much.
Okay, we are working to make this game accessible for everyone. And now you can play with us if you want. You can open your welcome bag. Do you have? Oh, where is? And you can look for a yellow magnet. The welcome bag of this event.
You know the cute one with the dinosaur? That one.
Okay, when you scan the QR code, you can play. You can choose to play in Italian language or in English, but don't worry, in English, I'm not the translator, okay? And if you want to have a 90s experience, you can come with our stand, and we can meet, we can speak, and you can play also with our arcade machine. Thank you so much.